Greetings, everybody. Welcome back to Wildlife Wisdom. So far, I've been your host, Zero Yeti, and happy Shark Week, which means that this week we'll be covering 10 awesome cartilaginous fish. Apologies ahead of time in case I get to a coughing fit. I have a bit of a chest infection at the moment. Anyway, let's begin with the first animal of the week being Squatina squatina, better known as the common angel shark. It is a species of shark in the family Squatinidae, which live throughout the temperate waters of the northeastern Atlantic as well as the Mediterranean Sea, from southern Norway and Sweden to the western Sahara and the Canary Islands, including around the British Isles. Like other members of its family, the common angel shark is a nocturnal ambush predator that buries itself in sediment and waits for passing prey such as benthic bony fishes, skates, smaller sharks, and invertebrates. Common angel sharks themselves preyed upon by larger sharks, great amberjacks, and rough-tailed stingrays, with females reaching up to 7.9 feet or 2.4 meters in length and 180 pounds or 80 kilograms in weight, and males reach around 5.9 feet or 1.8 meters and 100 pounds or 45 kilograms in weight. The common angel shark is one of the largest members of its family. Well adapted for camouflaging into the sea floor, the common angel shark sports a flattened body and large wing-like pectoral fins, whose anterior lobes are not fused to the head. The head and body are very broad and stocky, with small eyes positioned dorsally, followed by a pair of large spiracles. There are patches of small spines on the snout and over the eyes. Small individuals have a row of thorns down the middle of the back. The coloration is gray to reddish or greenish brown above, with many small black and white spots and white below. Common angel sharks are a placentiviparous species, with breeding occurring year-round. After an 8 to 10-month pregnancy, a mother angel shark gives birth to 7 to 25 pups, and under ideal conditions, a common angel shark may live upwards of 30 years. Next up, we have one Creta lamna. It is a genus of extinct odontid shark that lived throughout the world's oceans from the early Cretaceous to the Eocene epoch, about 115 to 46 million years ago. It is considered by many to be the ancestor of the largest sharks to have ever lived, such as Otodus augustidens, Otodus chubotensis, and Otodus megalodon. Creta lamna was first described in 1835 by Swiss naturalist Louis Agassiz, using 5 teeth previously collected in the southern Ham Grey pits near Lewes, East Sussex, England, by paleontologist Gideon Mantell. Agassiz identified the teeth as belonging to the common smoothhound shark, only to later re-identify them as a new species of porbeagle shark under the taxon Lamna appendiculata. In 1843, Agassiz yet again re-examined the 5 teeth, along with 8 additional teeth collected by Mantell, and 20 more teeth collected by various paleontologists in various locations. Agassiz remarked that some of the examined teeth may be variable enough to belong to a separate species, but ultimately unified them under the new taxon Otodus appendiculatus. In 1958, Soviet paleontologist Leonid Glickman found the remains to belong to a distinct new genus he dubbed Creta lamna. Despite Agassiz's remarks on variability, his ultimately broad interpretation of O. epinculatus subsequently led to the species to become a wastebasket taxon. This changed when paleontologist Mikhail Silverson found that 25 syntypes actually represented a mix of at least 6 or more different species, including 3 additional genera, Darwinidus, Cretoxyrhina, and Crotodus. To remedy the taxonomic issue, he redesignated one of the syntypes as the sole lectotype of C. appendiculata in 1999. In 2015, he led a study which revisited the taxonomic situation and established a renewed description of the species, which led to the erection of 6 additional Creta lamna species: C. catotoxodon, C. deschiratorii, C. ewelli, C. Gerter icorum, C. hatteni, and C. sarcoportina. Additionally, another species, C. bryonti, was established in 2018, leading to 8 total recognized Cartilaginous species. Cartilaginous was a medium to large size shark, with there being some size variability between the species, ranging from 8 to 16 feet or 2.3 to 5 meters. Cartilaginous teeth are distinguished by broad triangular cusps and 2 lateral cuspettes. The cutting edges of the teeth are razor-like, while the sides have a smooth surface. The body plan of Cretalomna is almost completely known, informed by near-complete fossil impressions with soft tissue preserving the shark's outline from the Hadjula Lagerstätte in Lebanon. Cretalomna was most similar to the porbeagle and salmon sharks in build, with a compact fusiform body, large pectoral and first dorsal fins and tail, and a small second dorsal, pelvic, and anal fins. Such a body plan is indicative of fast, active swimming pelagic predators, and that it was likely partially warm-blooded through regional endothermy. In life, Cretalomna was a generalist predator, which is known to have preyed upon large bony fish, turtles, mosasaurs, cephalopods, marine mammals, crocodilians, other sharks, and plesiosaurs such as the elasmosaurid Futabosaurus. Next up, we have Megotrigon microps, better known as the small-eyed stingray. It is a large species of stingray in the family Dicatidae, which is widely distributed throughout the Indo-Pacific, from Mozambique to India to northern Australia. They are semi-pelagic in nature, inhabiting both deeper waters and shallow coastal reefs and estuaries. Here they feed upon a variety of invertebrates and occasionally small fish, reaching upwards of 7.2 feet or 2.2 meters in disc width, 10 feet or 3.2 meters in total length, and 660 to 770 pounds or 300 to 350 kilograms in weight. The small-eyed stingray is one of the largest known marine stingrays. The small-eyed stingray has a distinctive shape among its family. The pectoral fin disc is more than 1.4 times wider than long, with the outer corners forming obtuse angles. Because of this, the small-eyed stingray swims in a fashion unlike other stingrays, and more akin to other rays with very broad pectoral fin discs, such as butterfly or manta rays, i.e. flapping its pectoral fins up and down rather than undulating the pectoral fin margins. As their name suggests, their eyes are small and immediately followed by a pair of larger spiracles. The mouth is wide and contains 5 papillae across the floor. The tail is not quite as long as the disc and is broad and flattened from its base to its stinging spine. Little is known about the breeding habits of the small-eyed stingray, but it is known they give live birth to a small number of offspring. Next up is Squalus acanthius, better known as the spiny dogfish, the spur dog, the mud shark, or piked dogfish. It is one of the best-known species in the Squalidae dogfishes family of sharks, which is part of the Squaliformes order. It can be found in temperate coastal waters of the North Atlantic, along the coasts of North America, Europe, and Africa, including throughout the Mediterranean and Black Seas, and South Atlantic coasts of Africa and South America, the Indian Ocean coast of southern Africa, and the Pacific coast of Australia, New Zealand, and South America. A gregarious and highly social species, spiny dogfish often travel in schools of hundreds to thousands of individuals. They are known to feed upon bony fishes, smaller sharks, octopus, squid, crabs, shrimp, sea cucumbers, and egg cases of sharks and chimeras. The name dogfish was adapted by fishermen who witnessed these sharks hunting schools of smaller fish in packs. Spiny dogfish are themselves eaten by cod, red hake, goosefish, larger sharks, seals, sea lions, dolphins, porpoises, and orcas. If captured, the shark can arch its back to pierce its captor with spines near the dorsal fins that secrete a mild venom. ranging in weight between 6.8 to 20 pounds or 3.1 to 9.1 kilograms, with males reaching around 3.3 feet or 1 meter in length, and females reaching 4 feet or 1.2 meters in length. The spiny dogfish is a smaller species of shark. Spiny dogfish can be recognized by its two dorsal fins, each with a spine. Second dorsal is smaller than the first. The pectoral fins possess curved margins and rounded, free rear tips. These sharks have narrow anterior nasal flaps. The teeth are oblique and smooth, with a notch on the outer margin. The color is slate gray to brown above, often with scattered small white spots, and light gray to pure white on the belly. Mating takes place during the winter months, and as soon as the eggs are fertilized, the female secretes a thin, horny, transparent shell around them. The shells surround the several eggs at once and are called candles. Gestation lasts between 18 to 24 months, and litters range between 2 to 11 pups. Under ideal conditions, a male spiny dogfish may reach sexual maturity around 10 years, whilst females reach around 16 years. Under ideal conditions, a spiny dogfish may live up to 70 years. Next up, we have Negaprion brevirostris, better known as the lemon shark, is a species of shark from the family Cartilaginous, known for its yellowish skin, which inspires its common name. They are found from New Jersey to southern Brazil in the tropical western Atlantic Ocean, off the coast of West Africa in the southeastern Atlantic, and from southern Baja California to Ecuador and in Cape Verde and Saw Island in the eastern Pacific. Here they tend to inhabit coral reefs, mangroves, enclosed bays, and river mouths, even being occasionally seen swimming upstream into full fresh water for short periods. However, they may also be found in more open waters down to depths of 302 feet or 92 meters. Lemon sharks tend to prey on smaller sharks, bony fish, stingrays, mollusks, crustaceans, and birds. They are a somewhat social species, which may live in loose aggregations of up to 20 individuals, reach around 7.9 to 10.2 feet or 2.4 to 3.1 meters in length, and around 200 pounds or 90 kilograms in weight, with exceptionally large individuals of 11.3 feet or 3.43 meters and 405 pounds or 183.7 kilograms being found on occasion. The lemon shark has a flattened head with a short, broad snout. The second dorsal fin is almost as large as the first. The lemon shark's yellow coloring serves as an excellent camouflage when swimming over sandy seafloor in its coastal habitats. Breeding occurs in spring and summer. During such time, lemon sharks congregate at special mating grounds. After a 10 to 12 month gestation period, a mother lemon shark will give birth to 4 to 17 pups. Under ideal conditions, a lemon shark will reach temperature around 12 to 16 years and live up to 40. Next up, we have Chimera monstrosa, better known as the rabbitfish or ratfish, is a species of cartilaginous fish in the family Chimeridae, which is endemic to the waters of the Mediterranean Sea and northeast Atlantic Ocean. Here can be found anywhere from 60 to 5,456 feet or 18 to 1,663 meters in depth, with those in colder regions typically being found closer to the surface than those in warmer regions being found deeper down. It is most abundant in upper to middle continental slope habitats and seabeds with sandy or muddy substrate. These benthic opportunistic carnivores typically feed upon prey such as crabs, amphipods, mollusks, octopuses, sea worms, and sea urchins. Reaching up to 5 feet or 1.5 meters in length and 5.5 pounds or 2.5 kilograms in weight. The rabbitfish is known for its characteristically large head and small, tapering body that ends in a whip-like tail. With large eyes, nostrils, and tooth plates, the head gives them a rabbit-like appearance, hence the nickname rabbitfish. The top dorsal fin is positioned high on the spine of the fish, and it's triangular and tall in height, with the fin spine extending beyond the tip of the fin. Positioned in the midsection of the fish, the spine runs throughout the length of the fish and continuously joins with the upper part of the caudal fin. Its dorsal spine is also mildly poisonous and can cause painful stings. The color is silver green with spots of brown. Additionally, they have a marmor white stripes in all directions with a distinct lateral line that can be seen clearly on the head. Curiously, rabbitfish tend to show sexual segregation at different depths of the water, with males being often found between 1,600 to 2,000 feet, or 500 to 600 meters in depth, and females being most commonly found upwards of 2,600 feet, or 800 meters in depth. However, multiple times per year, females often venture into shallower waters to mate with males. After mating, the females migrate to even shallower inshore waters to lay their eggs in spring and summer. Young hatch from their egg at between 9 to 12 months, and under ideal conditions, a rabbitfish may live upwards of 30 years. Next up, we have Notorhynchus cephaladianus, better known as the broad-nosed seven-gill, the cow shark, the mud shark, or simply the seven-gill. It is the only extant member of the genus Notorhynchus in the family Hexacanthidae. It is recognized because of its 7 gill slits, while most shark species have 5 gill slits, with the exception of the members of the order Hexacanthiformes and the 6-gill saw shark. Broad-nosed 7-gill sharks are found in the western Pacific off the coast of Asia, Australia, and New Zealand, the eastern Pacific off the coast of North and South America, in the Indian Ocean around the island of Sri Lanka, and in the southern Atlantic Ocean off the coast of Africa, South America, and around the island of Tristan da Cunha. They are highly adaptable creatures which can be found in kelp forests, bays, estuaries, along coastlines, rocky outcrops, deep water reefs, and even along deep ocean floor, up to 1,870 feet or 570 meters. They have an equally diverse diet consisting of bony fish, other sharks, rays, chimeras, cetaceans, pinnipeds, otters, birds, crustaceans, sea snails, eggs, and carrion from all manner of animals, including deceased humans. These sharks can usually hunt in packs to take larger prey. Broad-nosed seven-gill sharks are themselves preyed upon by larger sharks, such as tiger and great whites, and by cetaceans, such as orcas and false killer whales. With male sharks reaching an average of 5 feet or 1.52 meters in length, and females reach around 7.2 feet or 2.2 meters in length, with the exceptionally large individuals reaching up to 11 feet or 3.3 meters in length being rare but not unheard of. The broad-nosed seven-gill shark sports a large, thick body with a broad head and blunt snout. The top jaw has jagged, cusped teeth, and the bottom jaw has comb-shaped teeth. Its single dorsal fin is set far back along the spine towards the caudal fin and is behind the pelvic fins. In this shark, the upper caudal fin is much longer than the lower and is slightly notched near the tip. Like many sharks, this seven-gill is countershaded. Its dorsal surface is silver gray to brown in order to blend in with the dark water and substrate when viewed from above. In counter to this, its ventral surface is very pale, blending into the sunlit water when viewed from below. The body and fins are covered in a scattering of small black and white spots. Broad-nosed seven-gill is oviparous, with the breeding season typically occurring in the spring. After a 12-month gestation period, a mother will move into a shallow bay or estuary to give birth to a large litter of between 82 and 95 pups. Males reach temperature around 11 to 21 years, and females at around 20 to 25 years. Under ideal conditions, a broad-nosed seven-gill shark may live upwards of 50 years. Next up is Pristis zygstron. Pristis zygstron. Better known as the longcomb sawfish, the narrow-snout sawfish, or the green sawfish, is a species of sawfish in the family Bristidae, which is found in tropical and subtropical waters of the Indian and Western Pacific Oceans, including the Red, South China, Timor, Java, and Arabian Seas, and Persian Gulf. It can live in colder waters than its relatives and has the furthest south distribution of any sawfish species. It tends to dwell in coastal marine habitats such as seagrass beds, mangroves, and estuaries. However, it can be additionally found in freshwater rivers with sandy, muddy, or silty bottoms, being occasionally found far inland in Australia, New Zealand, Africa, Southern Asia, and the Middle East. The green sawfish feeds on fish, crustaceans, and mollusks, which it hunts by thrashing its rostrum from side to side to dislodge prey from the seabed and stun schools of fish. Reaching up to 24 feet or 7.3 meters in length, a combination of characteristics are necessary to distinguish it from other sawfish species. The green sawfish has a relatively narrow rostrum with 23 to 37 teeth on each side of the rostrum. The teeth towards the tip of the rostrum are clearly closer to each other than those at the base. It sports a relatively short pectoral fins, a leading edge of the dorsal fin that is located clearly behind the leading edge of the pelvic fins, and has a very small or no lower tail lobe. It can be further separated from its two most similar species, the dwarf and small-tooth sawfish, by the considerably smaller maximum size of the former species and the less greenish color and essentially Atlantic distribution of the latter species. Little is known of the green sawfish's life cycle, but it is oviparous, with mothers giving birth in inshore areas to around 12 young. Said young stay near the coast or in fresh water for the first parts of their lives, before typically moving into deeper waters as adults. Under ideal conditions, a green sawfish may live upwards of 50 years. Next up, we have Etmopterus perei, better known as the dwarf lantern shark, is a species of dogfish shark in the family Etomipteridae, which is endemic to a small area in the Caribbean Sea off the coast of Colombia and Venezuela, occurring between Barranquilla and Santa Marta near the Guajira Peninsula, between Los Testigos Islands and Grenada. Here it is found at depth between 928 to 1,440 feet, or 283 to 439 meters. Dwarf lantern sharks primarily feed upon small bony fish and crustaceans, with male dwarf lantern sharks reaching around 6.3 to 6.9 inches or 16 to 17.5 centimeters in length, and females reaching around 7.5 to 8.3 inches or 19 to 21.2 centimeters in length. The dwarf lantern shark is widely considered to be the smallest extant species of shark. It has a long, wide, flattened body and head comprising a head that comprises a fourth to fifth of its total length. The eyes are large, twice as long as high, and the mouth of theirs are in the mouth there are 25 to 32 tooth rows in the upper jaw and 30 to 34 tooth rows in the lower jaw. The body trunk is short with two relatively close-spaced large dorsal fins bearing grooved spines in front. The first dorsal fin originates over the trailing margins of the pectoral fin. The second dorsal fin has twice the area of the first and is larger than the pectoral or pelvic fins, and originates over the end of the pelvic fin bases. There is no anal fin. The caudal fin is low, with a moderate lower lobe and a ventral knot near the tip of the upper lobe. The skin is densely covered in thin needle-like dermal denticles in a random pattern, except for the lips and the tips of the fins. This shark has a dark brown appearance with a striking distinctive pattern of black markings on the ventral surface, a continuous or broken fine black line along the middle of its back, a black band at the end of its caudal fin, and a dark blotch on its lower caudal fin lobe. Like other members of its genus, it is capable of producing light in a distinctive ray of photophores. Reproduction is aplacental viviparous, with females gestating 2 or 3 young at a time. And last but not least, we have Aquilolamna, better known as the eagle shark. It is an extinct genus of shark-like elasmobranch cartilaginous fish, which lived during the Turonian age of the Cretaceous period, some 94 to 89 million years ago. The holotype, consisting of a fully preserved skeleton and potential skin impressions, was recovered in 2012 by an unknown quarry worker in Vallecillo in the state of Nuevo Leon, Mexico. The specimen came to the attention of local teacher Margarito Gonzalez Gonzalez, who collected and prepared the specimen. Over the coming years, it received increasing attention at paleontological conferences and was finally described in 2021 and given the name Aquilolamna millarchi, which roughly translates as the eagle shark of the Millarca Museum. Unfortunately, the paper describing the new species was problematic because the authors claimed the fossil was in a public museum, when in reality it was part of a private collection of the politician Mauricio Fernandez Garza. Aquilolamna displays an array of extremely unusual adaptations that make it unlike any living or extant species of shark. It had a torpedo-shaped body and a tail similar to that of most sharks, but also had a pair of extremely long wing-like pectoral fins, whose width from tip to tip of 6.2 feet or 1.9 meters were wider than its 5.41 foot or 1.65 meter body was long. These, combined with its broad head, have led to the hypothesis that Aquilolamna was a planktivorous filter feeder, suggesting a form of convergent evolution with manta ray-like body plans, which appeared millions of years later in the fossil record. Unlike manta rays, which fly through the water by flapping their fins, Aquilolamna may have instead steadily glided through the water with the help of its slender pectoral fins and propelled itself with its powerful tail. As always, take care to my guys, gals, non-binary pals. Hope y'all enjoyed this Shark Week.